Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today, I'm very excited to say I have another Power Rangers review. Oh my gosh, it's been years, I think, since I've actually filmed a Power Rangers review. Now, over the last few years, I have shown a lot of Power Rangers toys on the channel, but they have primarily been in live streams that I've done, where I've done a bunch of unboxings or kind of quick impressions and reviews in live streams. And that's just because over time, as things have changed, I've had other obligations, work, family, other things, and I just haven't had time to sit down and edit some proper reviews. So I pivoted to doing more live streams where I did unboxings. And I think primarily I'm going to continue to do a lot of live stream content. However, in this case, I wanted to get back to doing at least some Power Rangers reviews, see how it goes, if it fits in my schedule or not. And you all let me know in the comment section below if you like it or not. So I think it's very fitting to kick it off with this right here, which is the Power Morpher from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition toy line. So just for context, I picked this up today from Walmart. So if you're looking for new Power Rangers toys, Walmart is the place to go. And as you can see, the packaging sticks out quite a bit. Like it's got some nice vibrant colors to it. The green, color scheme, very nostalgic to what the old school Mighty Morphin packaging was like. And they even have a toy display. Like there's an end cap. So if you're in the toy section on the end of the aisles, they have a whole display that has all of the new Power Rangers toys, at least in Wave 1. And I picked them all up. I'm going to be reviewing them on this channel. This is just the first one here. And this is the Power Morpher. So there's a lot of exposition here that I'm giving as I start because there's so much that context behind this. And so one of the things you'll note is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition. So this is a new toy line from Playmates. So we've had toys from Bandai, and then obviously Hasbro bought the toy license, right? But now Hasbro has licensed it out to Playmates to release their own Power Rangers toys. So this will be very interesting because I do have the Bandai Power Morpher, the Hasbro Power Morpher, and now we have a Playmates Power Morpher. And yes, we will be doing comparisons. I do have them on standby to compare with this one as well. But Reignition, what they're doing basically is, they're trying to reinvigorate the brand. It's Mighty Morphin again, as, expected. I mean, Mighty Morphin is really, what sells. It's Mighty Morphin. They got the whole, storyline right there. But what they're actually doing as well is they're re-releasing the Mighty Morphin show on YouTube, even though the original show is on YouTube to begin with, but they're using AI to upscale it. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. It's bad. It's terrible. First of all, we should not be using AI for this. That's just not, that's not the right use of that kind of thing. And they should be, if they're going to put in time and effort into that sort of thing, they actually hire people to do it versus using AI. Second, I'll tell you, it really makes no difference. If you compare the side by side, I can't really see a difference. If you take a screenshot, put it side by side, you can maybe see that the AI version is a little blurry, maybe. So it's a little it's not as grainy, but it's a little more blurry. So I feel like it's worse. It's not even worth it. But that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to relaunch Mighty Morphin. I think it might even be showing up on Netflix soon with it's the same Mighty Morphin show. They're not doing anything new with it, just using AI to enhance it, but it's not really enhancing it. But what we do get is we get new toys, and that's what I'm going to be focused on. So with that exposition out of the way, let's focus on the toy here, the Power Morpher. There's a try me button here.
We need dinosaur power now!
All right, there you go. I actually never pressed that yet until now, so that's and there I go dropping it. That's interesting right there. 40 plus phrases and sound effects. You do have all of the power coins for the original 5 Mighty Morphin Rangers as well. So, requires 3 button cell batteries, which are included. So yeah, I love the packaging. I just have to say, I know a lot of people are upset, it's Mighty Morphin again, all that. Look, at the end of the day, Mighty Morphin is what sells, and if they're going to try and reinvigorate the brand in some way, like with the toy line, they got to start again with Mighty Morphin. They just have to. You can't launch it, with Jungle Fury. I'm sorry for the Jungle Fury fans out there. people aren't going to buy it. Like the mainstream audience isn't going to do that. I've seen a lot of like traction on TikTok and otherwise of, wait, there's Power Rangers toys, at Walmart. Like people have been kind of noticing it because it's Mighty Morphin. And I think it does the job well because the packaging, I think, looks really cool. I love having the helmets with the colors like that. Like it's very vibrant, nostalgic. It kind of catches your attention, going down the toy section. Like it definitely stood out when I walked into Walmart because I've been looking for this for a few weeks now. And every time I turn the down to the toy section, I immediately can tell it's not there. When I saw it today at Walmart, I immediately saw it down the hallway. I was like, oh, there it is. Yep, I see the Mighty Morphin display. So it definitely stands out. And then the back here, of course, has the Mighty Morphin team. It shows you press button to open. You can insert the power coin. It's Morphin time. There's a QR code even to, scan and I guess probably take you to the website to see stuff as well. So it does have a handle, belt clip, which is cool. They do tag like the social media and the YouTube channel as well. But I mean, that's pretty much it for the packaging. It's a Power Morpher. So at this point, let's just, get this thing open and take a look. All right, here is the Playmates Power Morpher out of the box here. And I've been playing with this thing, playing with the sounds and kind of seeing what it's like. Okay, first things first. Out of the Power Morphers that I have, now granted, I know there's other versions out there, like there's the original one from the 90s. I never had growing up. So I can't fully compare with like the original toy. I don't know what it was. I feel like it was kind of plastic and stuff from what I saw pictures of. I don't know for sure. All I really have to go off of, which I'm a little bit spoiled by, is I have the Legacy Power Morpher from Bandai, which is like the Morpher. It's like the ultimate version of it, I feel like. But then I have the Hasbro one as well, okay? So keep that in mind. And I'm going to do comparisons later. But immediately, I notice how cheap this kind of looks and feels, okay? I'm just going to get that out of the way just to say, I mean, this looks like a kid's toy. And guess what? It is. It is a kid's toy. So I want to say that just because I am obviously an adult. I'm, reviewing this product, and so at a glance, it feels, like very cheap. Not exactly the best looking, but I want to try and review this, from that lens of this is for kids, right? And so, yes, occasionally I'm going to mention here and there where things may not look the best or that sort of thing. That's just my frame of reference. But at the end of the day, I'm going to, also review it from the perspective of a kid. So I'm going to give you both perspectives as I go throughout. And overall, I will say I do think this is a fun toy for kids. I think if I give this to, my son Idris, he's 4 years old. The box is ages 4+, like perfect, demographic right there. I think he would have some fun with this. I just, as an adult collector, I don't think this is for you. And that's okay. So, let's get into it. Here it is right here. So it's kind of this sort of, pretty like, thick sized, shape right here. I mean, it's not heavy. And I noticed that obviously because the Legacy one I was just holding had die-cast metal and everything. There's no metal in this one here. And you'll see when it opens up, it's still very kind of, maintains that sort of blocky style to it. Very flat looking there. This hinge is kind of satisfying. Feels pretty sturdy. It does have that. It does have this belt buckle here as well. So you do have that. And then there's two buttons at the top. So they're kind of, this one's clicky. So when you're facing it, the one on the right is clicky, and that's the one that makes various sound effects. The one on the left is a little more mushy, and that's because you click it, you have to push it down to pop open the Power Morpher. So the left button opens it up, the right button plays the sound effects. So that's basically how it works. As an adult, don't really have much of a grip on the Morpher here because of that belt buckle, piece there. And so that's one thing also to keep in mind is, when you have things like, for example, well, I should wait to do the comparisons, but I'm just making a point of like the Legacy one, for example, doesn't have a clip on the Morpher itself. And same with the Hasbro one, I believe. It's just, there's a separate piece that clips onto your belt. This one the belt buckle is directly integrated into this one piece. There's no other separate attachment that you do. So whereas like in the other Morphers, you would pop it off of something on your belt, and that piece would remain on your belt, even though you took the Morpher out. This one is the entire thing. So you would take the whole Morpher off of your belt to use that. So just, noting that as well. The coins themselves just sort of click into place. There's no like magnet system. There's no twisting or anything here. You have these tabs on the sides, and that's basically your grip to sort of like grab and squeeze and sort of pull it out. It's actually not the greatest. Maybe there's a better way to do it that I'm missing, but it looks like you just click it into the sides there. So it looks like you really just sort of go in here and click, and that's it. So it makes it a little hard to take it in and out. I feel like kids might struggle with that. Like I could see Idris, my son, kind of struggling with taking the coins in and out a little bit. But then inside you see you have 3 sort of buttons right there. And you'll see on the back, there are these little pins, right? So the different power coins have different arrangements of pins. So depending on which pins or combinations of pins that it holds, it will then play whatever those sounds are, okay? So before we turn this on, I just want to take a quick look at the coins themselves. So here is the Tyrannosaurus power coin, and it is small. Again, I'll do comparisons later with the other ones, but it is definitely small. The Zords themselves look fine. There's some bit of texture to that as well. You do have kind of the texture around the sides. And they've opted for kind of the sort of a darker shade of like it's a gold, but without the shine to it. Like it's not like an orange color. It's not yellow or anything. It's kind of a darker brown, sort of a color. But it's not really metallic or shiny in any way. But that's the T-Rex. Here's the Triceratops. Right there. The backs, I'll just show you briefly in terms of the pin system there. So you have that. Here's the T-Rex one, by the way, the one in the middle. Mastodon right there as well. And it's got those 2 pins. Saber-toothed tiger. And this one's all 3 pins. The pterodactyl. And there it is. So these are the coins. So with that being said, why don't we turn this thing on and see what it does? So at the bottom, you have your on, off, and demo switches. The demo one basically just cycles through a lot of the sound effects that you would get by using the individual coins. So I'm not going to focus much on that. I'm just going to go straight to turning it on. So turn it on. There's no immediate sound effect or anything that plays. There's no light that flashes or anything like that. In fact, what you can do is 2 things. So you have the button on the right that plays different sound effects. So it does not play the full theme song, just that one little clip, and there are some lights there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do the left one here to open it up.
It's Morphin time!
Just so you can see the LEDs a little bit better. But basically, yeah, the left button opens it up. It says it's Morphin time.
It's Morphin time!
Oops. I accidentally did that again. But the button doesn't do anything else. So as you'll see,
Morphin time! It's Morphin time!
opening and closing it, which is this button triggers it. This button itself does not have any sound effects. It just opens the Morpher up. And opening it up is what triggers the "It's Morphin time." Closing it does that.
It's Morphin time!
So there it is right there. That's all it does. And actually, that's all it does for all the coins. We'll talk about that later. The right one is really where you get all the actual sound effects. So I'll do that now.
Triceratops! Tyrannosaurus! It's Morphin time! Pterodactyl! Saber-toothed tiger! Let's take them down! We
So it plays through those sound effects, and as you can see,
Mastodon! Time to beat these Tyrannosaurus! Triceratops! Pterodactyl!
it's random.
It's Morphin time! We need dinosaur let's take
Because you saw it did like Mastodon and then Saber-tooth tiger and then Mastodon again, so it's random. I'm part of me kind of likes if it went in order of how they morphed in the show, it would be kind of predictable to know which way to do it and how to trigger that sound effect, which would be kind of fun to do. Unfortunately, you don't have that, and it's random. So that's kind of one downside there. And a lot of those sound effects you get from the individual coins. It's just without a coin, it will just go through all of those. So here's what happens now when you take a coin. So let's do the Tyrannosaurus coin. And again, it's that pin in the middle is what's going to hold down one of those. So the one in the middle will basically hold down the pin in the middle, and you just do that. So
We need dinosaur power! Now! Tyrannosaurus!
So it knows the coin, so it makes a specific sound effect for the Tyrannosaurus coin. And now with the coin inside, morphing is no different. So you'll see I can morph again.
It's Morphin time!
Same thing, with or without a coin. But you get a few Tyrannosaurus specific sound effects with the button.
We need dinosaur power! Now!
Although some generic sound effects too. I think there's about 3 sound effects per coin, I believe. So that's 1.
Tyrannosaurus!
Yeah, one of them is them saying the dinosaur.
Hi-ya!
And you get the hi-ya. So I believe now it goes back to the first one it did.
It's Morphin time! We need dinosaur power!
Oh, there we go.
now!
I guess it's Morphin time is one of them. We need dinosaur power, so I think next is Tyrannosaurus.
Tyrannosaurus!
Yep. And next should be the hi-ya.
Hi-ya!
Yep. So it's predictable. It's in that order.
It's Morphin
Morphin time,
We need
dinosaur power, Tyrannosaurus, hi-ya. Okay, yep. So those are the sound effects you get there. And then if you take the coin out, it kind of makes that sound there. So anyways, that's that. Let's do the Triceratops.
I'm here and ready. Triceratops!
So let's get this out of the way. They're not using actual voice clips from the show. Would have been fun. Would have been cool. I feel like that would have been a little surprising, though, if they did, just because I feel like a lot of toys for kids and stuff, they just use generic, random, voices and stuff. So it's not the originals, but I do like that they have different voices for the different coins. Like that somewhat sounds more like what a Billy type might sound like, I guess. So I do like that. However, what I will say is the Morphin time. Notice this.
It's Morphin time!
It's the same, it's Morphin time voice, even with the Billy coin, despite them having a separate person doing the voice of the Billy thing. So I wish they would have recorded it's Morphin time by each different voice and read that for the coin. Unfortunately, it doesn't. But anyways, all right, let's cycle through the sounds for the Triceratops coin.
Dinosaur power! Triceratops! Kia! I'm here and ready. Dinosaur power!
So you got those 4 sound effects. So it's actually, sorry, I think I said 3 per coin, so it's 4 per coin.
Triceratops!
Triceratops, you get the hi-ya,
Kia!
and then the
I'm here and ready.
I'm here and ready. There you go.
I'm here and ready.
I don't know if you heard that for a second. I was trying to take the coin out, and it's playing a Dragon Zord sound. Sneak peek. There's a way to trick this to getting to the Green Ranger Dragon coin. So we'll get to that. Okay, let's do the Mastodon.
Zach here. I'm ready to rock. Mastodon.
All right, so that's Zach's voice.
It's Morphin time.
Now that had him saying it's Morphin time, but watch.
It's Morphin time.
That's still the generic. Why do that? You literally had the guy record it's Morphin time. Why couldn't you? Anyways.
Mastodon. Yeah. Let's take him down. It's Morphin time. Mastodon.
So those are the sound effects that you get.
Dinosaur back here. I'm
Okay. Let's do Saber-tooth tiger.
Let's get him. Tiger Zord.
Oh, what happened? Wait, no, not Tiger Zord. Sorry. you're getting, so sometimes depending on how you put the coins in, it triggers it and gets, drop the coin. Okay, got it. It triggers some of the other pins, and you kind of heard a tiger's word sound there too. So you just have to get it because it's, obviously lining up these pins here. So let's try and do this properly. Let's see.
Trina here, let's do it! Saber-tooth tiger!
All right, there we go. Now let's push the buttons.
We need dinosaur power, now! Saber-tooth tiger! Kia! Let's blast them! We need dinosaur power, now!
So, I mean, I will say, I do like the sound clips that they're using. Obviously, I wish there was a bit more to it or that sort of thing. But, like, I like that. I do like how they did get different voices for the different coins for some of those sound effects. It's still fun, to have that. The tab system is annoying to take in and out. I feel like it might be hard for kids. But at the same time, it also is very secure. So, let's put this in.
Kimberly on! Let's get these monsters! Pterodactyl!
Okay, that does not sound like Kimberly, but it's a different voice at least, so, it's distinct. But, like, these coins are not going anywhere. So that is a nice plus for kids, that the coins are very secure, as they're kind of swinging it around, trying to morph and that sort of thing. But, all right, let's push the button.
Dinosaur power! Pterodactyl! Kia! Time to beat these beasts! Dinosaur power!
So, yeah, there you go. Those are the sound effects for Kimberly. Now, I do have the sound effects for the green and white Rangers. We do not have their coins, but because of the pin system, you can very easily get to those sounds. So I don't know if they're going to release a Tommy Morpher, maybe like a gold one or whatever with his coins. We don't know. I feel like that kind of makes sense to do because they do have a Green Ranger action figure. It's the Green Ranger. People are going to want it, So I feel like they're going to do it. And they do have the sound effects built in, so it only makes sense. But for now, the way that you would do it is the Green Ranger is you hold down the left pin. So let's do that.
Dragon Sword!
And it is a different voice too, which is good. All right, let's push the buttons while I'm holding that pin.
It's Morphin time! Dragon Sword! Yeah! It's Morphin time!
So there you have it. Okay. And then let's do the... Actually, let me just check one thing. Well, actually, I guess I can't. I was about to say with this closed. Let me try. Oh yeah, I guess I can. And let me try morphing with it and see if it does anything.
It's Morphin time!
Nope, it's still the regular, it's Morphin time voice. Alright, so the Tiger Zord is the first two. If you hold down the first two together.
Let's get him! Tiger Zord!
And I like that they use the same guy's voice for the Green and White Ranger, because it is the same guy, right? So that is nice.
It's Morphin time! Tiger Zord! Hey-ya! Let's get him! It's Morphin time!
Anyways, that's pretty much all of it there. I may be missing some sound effects. There's a lot, there's a lot of different things between all the coins and the combinations. I mean, you get 4 different ones for each of those, plus, other things. There's a whole lot. I wonder if I put it in demo mode, is there any other sounds I can find?
Time to beat these beasts! We need dinosaurs! It's Morphin Tyrannosaur! Pterodactyl! Saber-tooth! Let's take a Triceratops! Mastodon! Triceratops! Pterodactyl!
No, I mean, I think I kind of pretty much found it. Look, there may be other sounds that I'm missing, but I think that gives you a general idea of what this, what the Morpher is, right? So overall, before I do a comparison with the other ones, what I will say is, I think as an adult collector, this is probably not one that you need in the collection. I think the other Morphers are going to give you, more benefit out of it, especially if you want to display it. or utilize it, I think both the Bandai and Hasbro ones are probably going to be more interesting for you. I got it, to be able to review and because it's fun to see Power Rangers toys on the shelves, and I want to support the toy line. But for kids, I do think it's fun. I do think it's quick and easy enough to probably, clip onto a buckle. It's feels like it's, relatively sturdy enough. I think the coins, it's a nice, system to use. I'm wondering how easy it is to be able to pop the coins out for kids, but I do think it is very secure once it's in there. And then being able to, push the buttons and the sound effects, like I'm sure that's fun, as well. So, I do think this is a fun little toy that they'll enjoy. So, pretty cool to have. So, with that being said, let's jump into the comparisons. All right, I'm going to bring in a couple things that I have here. So here's the Legacy Morpher along with one of the other coins. And then I have the full-on, and I just kind of dropped it, but the little Hasbro Morpher there. And I know the other belt buckle for the Legacy one, I don't have that on hand. But basically, the Legacy one had that other buckle that attaches on, similar to this one, for the buckle, that it has. Actually, wait. Did it have a buckle? Is this the Legacy buckle? Now I'm confused. Am I confusing myself? No, wait, this is the Legacy one. I don't think the Hasbro one came with one, did it? I think I had mine displayed like that. I honestly don't remember, but there's a buckle here. One or more of these had a buckle. You get the point. The Hasbro one does have this cool display, so that is nice to see. So especially for adult collector, that is, a nice thing to be able to have in the collection. So between the two of these, I love the Legacy Morpher. I don't know that you could really top this thing. Like, this thing is just incredible for a lot of ways. Just the weight to it, the look of it, the die-cast metal, the coins, everything looks absolutely incredible about the Legacy Morpher. Like, it's amazing, right? You turn it on, you got that. It does all that. It doesn't say Tyrannosaurus and all that, because, to be fair, the Morpher doesn't say that in the show. The person does. I should say Tyrannosaurus and push the button, right? So this is like the best in my opinion. That being said, in the aftermarket, because this is no longer sold in stores, the prices are very high on this. The Hasbro one is much more recent. I think it's, good enough. It's pretty good. I think for an adult collector, I think you do have the nice display stand. The Morpher does look nice as is. It doesn't have as much of that polished look to it, but it's got a nice shine to it as well. So I think this is still a nice, way to display it for collectors. But it does also have, for kids, the fun added factor of these... First of all, these coins, it's very easy to take in and out. You just kind of turn it, pop it out. I think the coins are very, nice quality. You do have the little Rangers inside, which is a fun little thing. But you can just pop another one in. And then the other thing that happens is the lights change colors depending on which Ranger it is, right? Pink Ranger right there. If I pop in blue, we're going to have, blue Ranger lights. There we go, right? So I think that's also really fun. I know, it's a nice factor. Like, my son used to play with this a bit, and he liked having the different colors and stuff in the Morpher. So that's one thing that the new Playmates Morpher does not have, the color-coded, lights. Now, it does have specific sound effects for the coins, at least. But, again, you compare these coins. So the Legacy one, here's the Legacy T-Rex coin, and there was a different set of coins released as well, so you could have kind of the more weathered look or the shiny one. The Hasbro one looks like this, right? So these are the Bandai ones. Here's the Hasbro one. So it does have the more shiny look, but it's kind of a different, shade of gold. I find like it looks nice, but it's a little harder to tell what the shape of the dinosaur is, whereas this is a bit easier to look at a glance, right? And then you have the Playmates one right here. Again, it's tough because obviously these two, I would say, are really, it's a different audience, right? These are like, this is the Legacy line, which is made for collectors, But this is the Hasbro one. This is a kid's Morpher, and you have this, right? The Hasbro one, the coin just looks cooler, right? It's much nicer there, right? And then the Morpher itself, I mean, look, you know, let's pop this on, right? And then let's bring this one back in here as well. Like, the Hasbro one looks nice, right? But I think it's the Playmates one is not, like, I think kids will still enjoy it, but it's in comparison lacking a bit. So, you know, that's really my comparison between the two. There's the, you know, the thickness of it, as you can see as well. You do have the belt buckle there too. Yeah, I mean, you make your own judgment, but there goes the other Morpher. Overall, though, I think it's still fun. It's nice to see it on store shelves, to have another, you know, Morpher to add to the collection here. I think kids will still find some enjoyment in it. And it's probably worth whatever price you'd pay versus trying to go into aftermarket prices for some of these other things as well anyways. So keep that in mind. Yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think as well. Would love to know your thoughts. I do have, so just for awareness, I'm going to be doing some additional reviews in the future. I don't know when, I just have to work on them. But we do have some Zord action happening here as well. So we have some of those. We do have as well, where is it? We do have some action figures right here, some flip heads. So we'll be reviewing those and more to come as well. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. As of now, I'm planning to review at least the initial releases of this toy line. I don't know how much more I'm going to review, but if you all are interested and enjoy the reviews again, and if it's working out with my schedule and how I'm able to edit and upload the videos, then we'll keep doing it. So let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, take care, and I will see you later.